All right, let's jump right in. For anyone in broadcasting, getting your audio from the studio to the transmitter is, everything. But what happens when you have to use the public internet to do it? We're talking about a network that's chaotic, unpredictable, completely wild. Today, we're going to look at a company that has built its entire reputation on solving that exact problem, Comrex.
And just to give you some context, this is part 4 of our deep dive into studio to transmitter link technologies. We've talked about RF and some other IP pioneers before, but today we are laser focused on the codec specialists over at Comrex.
So, let's frame the core challenge here. It really is about taming these wild networks to get perfect, broadcast quality audio day in and day out. And trust me, that is a massive, massive technical challenge.
I mean, really, stop and think about that for a second. Your entire broadcast, your brand, your advertising revenue, it's all riding on the same internet that millions of other people are using to watch cat videos and play games. How on earth can you guarantee your quality?
And this is exactly where Comrex enters the picture. These folks are not new to the game. They've been obsessed with this problem, sending audio over tough circuits since 1961. For them, this isn't just another product in the catalog, it's their entire reason for being.
And here's what their solution actually looks like. You're seeing one of their rack mount units from their access and BrickLink lines. Now, these are not just some generic computers in a fancy box. No, these are purpose-built pieces of hardware designed to live in a broadcast rack and do one job and do it flawlessly. Move your audio without a single hiccup.
So how do they do it? What makes their gear so good at handling these chaotic networks? Well, it really comes down to what you could call their secret sauce, a technology they've named crosslock.
Now, the really important word on this slide is adaptive. See, most systems are static. You kind of set them up and just hope for the best. Crosslock is totally different. Think of it as an intelligent system that is constantly watching the network, making tiny adjustments on the fly, all to protect your precious audio stream.
So how does this work in practice? Well, you can think of it like a super smart shock absorber for your audio. First, it's always sensing the network. It's measuring packet loss, jitter, how much bandwidth you have. Then, based on that real-time info, it optimizes everything. It'll tweak bit rates, adjust error correction, change buffer sizes, whatever it takes. And its number one priority, its only goal, is to keep you on the air. It will lower the quality for just a split second if it absolutely has to, but it will fight tooth and nail to never ever drop that audio.
And here's the payoff. This technology can maintain a perfectly listenable audio stream with up to 10% packet loss. Now, to be clear, that's a huge number. Most standard IP audio systems would have completely given up, just total silence, long before things got that bad. This is a massive, massive advantage. But believe it or not, crosslock is only half of the story. It's fantastic at managing one single, terrible network path. But what if that path just dies completely? A fiber cut, an ISP outage? Well, for that, Comrex has another trick up its sleeve, connection bonding.
This image really shows you the whole concept perfectly. Instead of relying on just one internet connection, putting all your eggs in one basket, you use multiple connections all at the same time. You could have a fiber line from one company, a DSL line from another, and even a 4G or 5G cellular modem, all plugged in and working together.
And this is where you get true bulletproof reliability. The system is smart enough to spread the audio packets across all the available connections. So if your main fiber line gets taken out by a backhoe, the traffic just instantly and seamlessly shifts over to the DSL and cellular links. To the listener, nothing happens. It's a non-event. What you've done is eliminate that single point of failure. The box on the other end just puts all the packets back together in the right order. This gets you a level of reliability that honestly starts to compete with those super expensive traditional RF links.
Okay, so this all sounds incredible, right? But of course, no tech is perfect. As powerful as this system is, it comes with some trade-offs, and it's really important that we look at those. So let's weigh the pros and cons. On the plus side, it's pretty obvious. You get unbelievable performance on bad networks, especially cellular, and you get that ironclad redundancy with bonding. And because it's so automatic, it's actually pretty simple to manage. But there's always a but. The limitations are real. To get all this magic, you need a Comrex box on both ends of the link. That is the definition of vendor lock-in. All this adaptive tech can also add a little bit of latency or delay. And of course, the obvious one, if you want to bond 3 different internet connections, you have to pay 3 different monthly internet bills.
So with all of this dynamic stuff happening under the hood, how do you keep tabs on it all? And what's the big picture? The final takeaway here.
Comrex gives you a management tool called Toolbox, and its whole purpose is to give you a clear window into what your networks are doing right now. You can see the packet loss on each link, the jitter, the latency for each connection, and this visibility is absolutely crucial because when you're dealing with IP audio, knowing the health of your network is everything.
You know, this quote just says it all. Crosslock basically does the job of a highly skilled network engineer for you. All that constant tweaking and optimization that someone would have to do by hand, it just does it automatically, all day, every day. It's like having a tiny, brilliant engineer living inside the box.
And that brings us to the final question, the one you have to answer for yourself. Comrex offers this powerful, automated solution that delivers incredible resilience over the public internet. But it does that inside its own ecosystem. So the real question is, for your station, your operation, your budget, is that trade-off worth it? Is that automated peace of mind worth living inside a single proprietary world?